what was it like getting some guys back from injury like Gustavo Bo and Juan Jones? And does this give you some momentum going into playoffs?
Yeah, I think they're good players. They're players we think we're going to have to rely on. So getting them back and get them minutes and integrating them back in the team after being out for a period of time has been really beneficial. And in terms of momentum, yeah, I mean, I think it's always wins, kind of gloss over, things that maybe could be better, and so the feeling is good. And I think this is playoff time, and you want to do it any way you can. And tonight was one of those examples where we had to dig deep and kind of fight through to the end.
So your decision to have Gustavo take the penalty kick? Maybe?
No, just purely, I think his decision to step up and put it on his shoulders to be able to, decide that he wanted to take it.
Peay? Seemed like you went back to a more familiar system for the players tonight. I guess how did you think that went?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they're comfortable in that. It gives them a bit of familiarity in terms of how they want to move off each other and how they want to defend. I think the biggest thing for us tonight was just making sure against a Philly team that will hurt you in transition, to make sure that we had the right balance as we attacked. I thought overall the guys did a pretty good job in that.
Tom and then Sam?
Coach, talk about collaborating with the guys going into game day here. It's like the last couple of weeks, it felt like you guys were trying to still find what your best system was under this new group. So what was it like? What's it been like collaborating with the players going into match day?
It's good. I think, all we're looking for is understanding and clarity, and that we're on the same page, and we want to make sure that what we're asking the guys to do, that they feel they're capable of doing it. And so, and also, hearing kind of how they feel about certain things. So I think at the end of the day, it's a game about the players, and so they're the guys who have to execute, and you want to make sure that they feel comfortable in doing whatever it is that you're asking them to do.
Sam and then back to Hayden.
And it was Jacob Jackson's second ever All-Star. Obviously, kind of had a little bit of miscommunication in the beginning, but just overall, how do you feel his performance was, and how do you feel he responded to that moment early on?
Yeah, obviously a difficult moment. I don't know exactly what happened, but a little lack of communication between him and Dave Romney. And for a young guy, it could have gone bad, and I think he responded great. Confident with the ball at his feet. Had a couple shots at him that he held really well, and so I thought he showed really good poise and maturity.
Okay. Tommy McNamara getting the start tonight. I guess what was your thought process kind of behind him getting the start, and what did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't performed collectively as a group, and I think we wanted to make some changes to try to see if we could be a better group collectively. What's the right mix? And so Tommy played well coming in last game in the second half, and so we wanted to reward him for that and see how it would work out tonight. And thought he had another good game, steady. Yeah.
Tom, and then we'll wrap with Sam here.
What's the plan moving forward in net? We reported that it seemed like Tomas Vaclik is having some trouble getting into full fitness right now. Is the plan that it's between Earl and Jacob on a week-to-week basis, or are you going to ride Jacob here for the next couple of weeks?
I think for all the players, it's open. I mean, obviously there's a few guys who they kind of like a Carlos is a guy that you can't do without. But I think it's a competition always. We do want to have some kind of consistency in our roster, and Jacob's performed well, so it's a decision that we'll have to make moving forward. But I think I think all the keepers have performed to a decent standard recently, and so they're hard choices, and we just want to be able to put the best team on the field.
Okay, we'll wrap up with Sam here.
And kind of piggybacking off of that, Thomas Vaclik hasn't been able to start or make an appearance in the regular season. So just was that the expectation, or are you a little bit surprised that he hasn't been able to find the field yet?
At the end of the day, I think no, I'm not surprised. I think we had two good quality goalkeepers here. I think obviously he's a guy with a lot of experience, and so but it's competitive, and right now this is kind of where we are, and I think the guys have shown well that are performing.
Yeah, I think we actually had a couple more, so we'll go Connor and then we'll really replicate.
Yeah, so after facing them tonight, I guess what are your expectations for round one?
It's gonna be a difficult game. You can see they're a physical team, they're aggressive. They've got a lot of size, so set pieces is an area where in these sort of games, you can lock it down and just play for, you know, percentages of set pieces and things like that. So I think in a knockout sort of, you know, situation, they're a difficult team to face because they don't mind that you have the ball. 1 goal win for them is perfect, and so it won't be easy. They've got potential two home games if we go to 3, so traveling and going there will be, you know, a challenge. Yeah.
Okay, last question for Hayden.
I was gonna ask about that, but just in general, I guess, the second half, it seemed like you had a little more control over the game possession-wise. That seems like, is that maybe closer to how you want them to play in terms of just avoiding turnovers, like you were talking about, I think, last week?
Yeah, I mean, for me, as a coach, it's, I want the ball. And I think it's important for our guys to have the ball. I think you can control it and dictate things in the game in that regard. But it's just about making good decisions. And so ultimately, you know, if it's 2 passes and we get the goal versus 10 passes, it doesn't matter. I just want good decision making and us taking care of the ball in a positive way so that we don't give it away and give opportunities to the opponent to have transitions that catch us out. So, yeah, I thought the guys did well in that tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
All right, guys, the locker room's open.